When somebody looks back on your life and they tell the story of your life, is it going to be an example or is it going to be a warning? Like he shoulda or she shoulda, or if only they had lived up to their potential. You will leave a legacy. The question is, what's it going to be? I decided that I wanted my life to be an example rather than a warning. Welcome to another edition of Greatness Quest. I'm Trevor Crane, and I help people take their business and their lives to the next level. When you move on from this life into the next, are people going to be grateful that you lived and aspire to live a life like yours? Or are they going to be sad that you're gone, but then hope that their life does not end up the way your life ended up? You know, today's video is actually pretty hard for me to make for you because I shoot it in front of a cemetery, and it makes me think of all the people that have been in my life that aren't here any longer. But I think it's also a perfect setting for how you and I can connect and talk about what it means to leave a legacy for the people who are going to be here after you and I are planted in the ground like that. You know, my grandfather left me a legacy by the way he chose to live his life. And he summarized that in the letter that he sent me, his last letter, where he talked about living in passion, about picking amazing people that you could hang out with, and about being present in the moment. And today I want to give you the gift of the 3 things that you can do to live an incredible life and to leave a legacy for the people that you love most, to leave your mark on the world, to make a difference. So I can't wait to give you these 3 things. And number 1 is an easy, simple decision that you and I get to make every single day that can make all the difference. This is about the difference between your life being an example or a warning. And this is it. It's so simple. Check this out. This is about living your life from here in gratitude. This is about the smile that you and I get to wear on our face. This is about the difference between you walking around complaining about things versus strutting around celebrating your life every single day. This makes the difference right here. You know, when my daughter was 2 years old, her mother took her away from me. And for 6 months, I didn't even get to see my daughter. And I had lost everything. I was homeless. I'd lost all my stuff. I was staying at a buddy's house in his younger sister's room. And I had nothing left to give my daughter, but like my presence. You know, I chose, and her mother gave me the gift of being able to communicate with her every day on video. So what I could do was I could show up every day and be there for her, just like you and I get the opportunity to be there every single day for the people that you love most. To show up and smile and live in gratitude and challenge yourself every day to become your best and don't live in suck. That's number 1. It's easy, and you and I get to do it every day. Because if you and I check out of this world before we want to, which pretty much is everybody, and when we get planted, don't you want your life's legacy to be the example of how you chose to live every day? And I'm going to move on to number 2 because it's also awesome, is also easy, but this is something that's going to take a little bit of effort on your part. This is about recording your life. You know, this is about a life worth living is a life worth recording. So this is about you keeping a journal, you keeping photo albums, you writing your book, you going ahead and creating something that you can leave behind instead of letting it slip past you. So check this out. I brought with me today some of the journals that I've kept over the years. And I don't care what your journal looks like. It can be a pretty one. It can be in a bound book. This is one I'm keeping right now just because it's simple and it was just 99 cents. And I can write in there and I can keep my life, my dreams, my vision, and I can go ahead, and if I was to pass tomorrow, then I've got something that I get to leave behind where I can... The people who love me most know what I thought and what I think and what my life was all about. And it's all in my journal. And it doesn't stop there. You know, you can go ahead and leave behind your own photo albums. And I would challenge you, don't just leave it in your iPhone or on your computer, but print it. You know, this doesn't cost that much. You know, we have a family yearbook that we now create, capturing all of the experiences that we have during the year so that I have a book that I can actually leave behind for my family that actually outlines all the awesome that we have in our lives. And by the way, when I was not with my daughter for those 6 months, I chose to give her a gift of some photos that we had taken together, and I realized this is the first book I ever wrote. I gave this to my daughter, and I called it A Phoenix Rose Adventure, where we were searching for the most beautiful girl in the world. And these were some magic moments and photos that I had taken when I was last with my daughter. And then when I wasn't with her for 6 months, I wanted her mother to have a story that she could have for our daughter, showing about how we lived our life. And look at this, even in the book, I have hanging out with Mojo. Mojo was a beagle that we had who's now passed away and died. And my daughter gets to remember that dog, because I took the time to put it into a book and create a little story that she could go ahead and have. You can do this too. You can go ahead and create a book right now. Create your first book with some photo magic moment memories and leave it for the people that you love most. So 2 things so far. Really simple. You and I can choose to live in awesome every day. You can put a smile on your face and live in gratitude. And you can capture your life. You can go ahead and write it down. Write your book. Don't let your story go untold. Write your book. Make your movie. Create your photo album. At the bare minimum, capture your journal. And number 3, let's get into number 3, is to live out your dreams. I believe that is why you are here. I believe that's the difference between living a life that's an example and living a life that is a warning. Don't let your dreams die inside of you, but instead live out your dreams, fulfill your destiny. And I believe that your destiny is about contributing and giving to others. I believe it's about passing on your greatness by you stepping up and stepping into your best, and about passing it on and paying it forward, and to make sure that you leave this life on empty, that you gave it everything you got. This is about you turning every problem and every challenge into your benefit. This is about that silly example of how you look at a glass of water. Is that half full or is that half empty? A negative person will say it's half empty. They might even say there's not enough water in that glass. They might even say there is no glass. But I believe we have a glass that is an endless ocean of opportunity, and that you and I have the opportunity to jump in with both feet, and to make sure we don't let anything hold you back. You have an idea, you have a dream, you have a vision, you have the opportunity every day, and you can let it just stay in neutral where you don't act on that idea, or you can move it into action. You can choose to live in greatness every single day. You can choose to capture your life. You can choose to live out your dreams, to pay it forward. So I challenge you to go out there and become your best. And remember, as long as you are alive, you have the power to rise. Every day above ground is a good day. So if you can look up, you can get up. So eyes up, chest up, step up. Go out and take your life and your business to the next level. And I can't wait to see you again next week. So I challenge you